Hello, welcome to my channel. This is a general collective reading. And the way these general collective readings work is you have to take the message that resonate for you. There's going to be a lot of different messages that occur because it is for the collective, and they're going to be, and the readings aren't geared for one in particular message, so it's whatever messages come out. So not everything is going to resonate with you. So the way to listen to this is to take the messages that come for you, that resonate with you, that make sense to your life. If I tell you that an alien is coming down tomorrow to discuss the business deal that you made with them last week, and you know an alien, you never met an alien, then you know that's probably not the message for you. So don't take that message, move on to the next message. So that's pretty much how these readings work. I'm going to go ahead and give you my interpretation of these cards and see what we have going on for the general collective this reading. Okay, so starting off with the reading, the first thing that came to mind, obviously, whenever there's certain trigger cards that come out, and whenever those trigger cards come out, they usually come out of the deck with a big red flag. So, you have one of those cards, or this spread has one of those cards. Not necessarily you, maybe you, maybe not. And that card is the Seven of Swords. Luckily, it has come up in the reverse here, so that's a good thing. That's, out of the woods in regards to all of the negative connotations that come up with this card. There are a couple of non necessarily negative connotations with this card, but so I'm going to give you a couple messages here. You take what resonates. So the first way I'm looking at this deck is it's not negative. I'm going to be quite honest with you. So the deck, the spread, it's not negative. What I'm getting from this is a story about someone who fears their own success. This is like the story of an introvert. Somebody who is very, very introverted. Okay, so if you're an introvert, or someone who's an introvert, this could be a loved one or someone that you want to succeed in life, but the thing that's hindering you or that person is their lack of it could be a lack of confidence within themselves. Let me see. Yeah, it is a lack of confidence within themselves. You have the Six of Wands here in the reverse. So it could be a lack of confidence in themselves, but also a lack of wanting the attention placed on them, wanting the spotlight. And sometimes when you are in the running or in the race for success, you have to put yourself in the spotlight. You have to put yourself basically out there. You have to share with the people that you are, who are the panel, your best qualities. And some people aren't very good at doing that. Okay, so this is like the story of a person who's always stuck in second gear. Like they're right there. People notice them, people want them, people expect them to step up, but they're always in second gear because whenever the spotlight is placed on them, they end up being like a deer in headlights, right? And so that's what I'm really getting here. This is also about being afraid to speak up in the time when the time comes, when your moment, whatever that moment is, there's a moment. And it's plenty of times when this person, whoever I'm speaking for, gets the moment, but whenever they get the moment, they freeze up. And there's someone here, whether it is you or a loved one, who notices that about someone or notices it even about yourself after self-reflection and realizes that you need or they need to come out of this space of absolute fear of shining, of doing the things that you have to do in order to win, right? So there's something here about losing opportunities, or always losing opportunities to advance. Like there's something here about being okay where you are, right? There's nothing wrong with where you are, but why not be better? Right? Why not be better? And it's not that this person doesn't want that, is that they can't handle the pressure of what comes to have to make those things happen. And that's usually having to, this could be something as easy as or as simple as having to socialize at events, right? So if you like this, okay, so what's coming to me as a good example is if like you are a lawyer, right? You're a corporate lawyer, and like you're one of the top corporate lawyers at your firm, and it's time, I don't know, but every so often law firms do the junior partners, right? And they do the junior partner thing, right? Where somebody can go to try out, basically attempt to be partner with the firm, and you're always tapped to be the person. You're always in line. Everyone notices you. You're the top lawyer. You're the top person. You're the person that people look at the law firm and wonder why you haven't made partner yet. And it's because when they take you out to events, or when they take you out to socialize, or when the partners take you out, which is a form of being interviewed, right? In a business setting, socializing is a big part of getting where you want to be. And you always freeze up, or you don't know what to say, or, things like that. So it's always in a context of it's not that you can't do your job, or that you're not capable, or people don't notice that. It's the other intangibles that come with being promoted or moving to the next echelon or level of your success that you can't handle. Just like, for instance, being a celebrity and being a really great stage actor. And everybody in the industry knows you, and you're tapped to be the next big thing that breaks into Hollywood. And maybe you do. Maybe it's your first movie role, or you get small independent roles, and everybody knows you as the independent actor, and you win awards, but you just need that big blockbuster hit, right? And if Hollywood finally comes calling, and you get the big, Marvel movie or something, and you get to an interview, and not even an interview, meeting with Marvel, and you kind of blow it because you freeze up. So everybody knows you're a really great actor, but you don't step into the moment. You have to step into the moment. You have to want it. You have to act like you want it, or you finally get the Marvel movie, and then all of the fame and the interviews and all of that stuff that comes with it, you're just not very good at. You're like, I was a stage actor. I just went on stage and I did my job, and that was enough. And now you're at that next level where that's not enough anymore. It's not enough anymore. Now you got to do press, and you got to deal with paparazzi, and you have to deal with fans, and you have to deal with social media, and you have to deal with people knowing who you are. So how do you handle that? So yeah, you could be a great actor, and we've seen this a million times, right? Great at their job. They seem like shitty people because they're miserable in the spotlight. And so it all goes to shit, right? You ruin all of your success because you can't handle the intangibles that come with the job that you're really great at. And so I'm picking up on that. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a thing that needs to be worked through, or you have to accept that that's a part of success, and you have to really kind of do some soul searching and kind of figure out if this is really what you want. Are you happy where you are, or are you going to work on the dread and the fear of the intangibles in order to get to where you want to be, as far as the next stage of your career? Also, what I'm getting here, okay, so this is, and this is, like I said, this is for some people. I'm getting a message of like someone here who's like a conspiracy theorist, somebody who believes really heavily in conspiracies, like somebody here's like a flat earther, or people who believe like conspiracy. You know what conspiracies are. And somebody here believes that heavily in conspiracies, to the point where they like want to do their own experiments to try to prove like these conspiracies correct. And they just think that everything is lying to them, like everything is tied to some like larger organization, like the Matrix or whatever, and everyone is lying to us. So I'm getting like a heavy message about that. It doesn't tell me anything about it. It just tells me that somebody just believes in conspiracies really, really heavy. And they're always looking for conspiracies. So I don't know if that's you. I don't know if that resonates with you. I don't know why that came up, but that's what I'm getting as well. Also, I'm getting somebody here. Now let's go to the more nefarious sort of energies of the card, or the more not so pleasant messages that can come from these cards, because you do have 3 communication cards. 3 communication cards out of 6 cards in the reverse. That means someone has lied, withheld the truth, or just plain out just not told the truth. So this could be lying by omission, right? And I'm getting that. So if it could be a flat out just damn lie, but it also could be lying by omission, because you have 3 cards here that would tell me that somebody just chose to not share information. And because and that's probably what like the conspiracy idea, like maybe they're not lying outright, but they're not telling us everything, right? But also in just, in your personal life, if someone has lied to you, it's more likely that they lied to you in the sense of just not telling you all of the truths. Like they might have told you some truth, or they might have just not talked about the thing, but again, it's lying by omission. So, what exactly was this person lying about? So let me just put it like this. If you've gone on a date with someone recently, and it's not someone you know. So it's someone who, you don't know. So it's either a blind date or someone who approached you and asked you out. So it's not somebody you're well acquainted with. It would be someone you have to get to know as you're dating them, like old school way of dating. And let's put it like this. It could also be someone that you know very well, and they're at a crossroads whether they want to tell you. Okay, we'll get to that story in a second. But if this is someone that you are dating, this person has lied to you about their income. And it's temporary. They're going through financial problems right now, but it's temporary. It's not like they are just a broke ass. It's not. Everybody goes through their ups and downs. So you met someone where they're like in between jobs right now, but they're still paying their bills. It's not like they're about to be homeless or anything. It's just that they don't live with their parents or anything. It's something here. Maybe they're on unemployment at the moment, or they're having some issues with debt or paying their, like, it's not even with debt, because debt is like more of a long-term bad spot to be in financially. This person doesn't have a long-term bad spot to be in financially. It's just that right now, like even when they took you out on a date, the idea of having to pay for it, like they made sure that they could pay for it, but that was a big thing for them. Like, am I going to be able to pay for a date right now? I shouldn't be dating. My finances aren't in a good place right now. But it is temporary. It's something that they will work their way out of. But when you met them, they are in a bad spot, just having some financial issues. So maybe they may have not been forthcoming with that, which I don't know why you would be on a first date, because that's super personal and nobody needs to know that about your life when you first meet them. So it could be that. And then also what I was going to say, this could be actually, what was I about to say? Somebody who's at a crossroad whether they should come clean about a blatant lie or about some sort of omission regarding something that has occurred between you and another person. And this person, so either you caught this person in a lie, you could have caught them in a lie, or you could have found out that they were not telling you something about a specific situation, or you could have just flat out caught the person in a lie. So it could go either way. And so there will be some drama about this, or the person who is lying is at a crossroads about telling you because they don't want to hear your mouth. Sorry, that's the way it came out in my head. Like, they don't, with the Knight of Swords in reverse, it's like, I don't want to hear this person's mouth. So I don't think it's like life altering. Like, I don't think it's like cheating or anything like that. I think this has something to do with finances. Or maybe they have something to do with finance. I think somebody messed up some finances and they're afraid to come clean. I feel like if specifically if this is a relationship, whatever type of relationship, it could be a mother, son, daughter relationship, it could be a married couple, it could be boyfriend, girlfriend, it could be friends, roommates, maybe you got a roommate and they can't pay their rent. They're having to rent this month and you kind of understand. So you're like, okay, I'll pay it. Just pay me back when you can. But they're not telling you the truth of really why they can't pay their rent this month or something like along those lines. So it can be any kind of relationship. This does not have to be a romantic relationship. It could be any kind of relationship. But this person's at a crossroads whether to tell you the truth because they just don't want to hear your mouth about it. It's one of those things where it's like, it happened. So what's the point of you lecturing me or blowing up on me about it? It happened. You can't change what happened. And I don't want to hear your mouth about it. I know I was wrong. I know I made a mistake. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want to hear your mouth about it on top of having to deal with the consequences of losing all the money or however it is. Also, what popped into my head is somebody might have gambled some money away. Maybe someone gambled some money away. If someone did gamble some money away, somebody here might be into horse betting. So horse betting might be a thing for someone here. And they lied to you about why they lost that money. And they know they're not going to, something about their lives are not going to be, what they weren't, something here, they did something with money and they weren't successful with it. And now they're trying to cover it up basically. And they don't have the money to, it's not coming from somewhere else. It's not like a situation where you can pay Peter or rob Paul sort of situation. What is this? Okay, I'm gonna put these away. I'm gonna get some more messages here. What is this? Now I got some messages here that just blew me. What is this? What is this? Hold on, guys. I want to see what this is. This is a different message here, but I want to see what. We got a lot of cards of like in this reading so far. There are a lot of cards of like, I would say deception, but trying to like outsmart someone, like strategize. Because it's not a card. Because 2 cards of 5 of Swords and 7 of Swords can be cards of like strategizing how to come out on top, right? So there's something here about like coming out, with a Page of Pentacles here, because you got the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, and these are 2 cards of and the Ace of Swords. So there's somebody here that's trying to get something. The pages are always like fun cards because they can mean so many different things. They can mean children. Well, all the cards can mean so many different things, but the pages are extremely difficult cards because they are court cards, but because they're so young in their energy, it's like the attainment of something, right? So I know a lot of people read pages as messages, and because that's like technically what a page is. A page is a messenger, but oftentimes when the pages come up in readings for me, it's like the attempt to attain something, like the way the knights go after things or have something to offer. The knights always have something to offer, where the page, the thing that they would have to offer would be very, very tiny or small. It's like the idea of a child giving you like a toy phone, because they think that's a gift, and it's really cute that they gave you a toy phone. Now you have to pretend to talk on the toy phone. And in an adult world, it's kind of difficult to fathom the idea of a page, so it's like, are you dealing with kids right now? So oftentimes the way I read them is actually in the sense of the attainment of something, as opposed to someone bringing you something the way a knight would. And then you get the Three of Wands here, so it's like the expectation of obtaining a thing. Somebody bet or they put their money on the fact that they would get something tangible. So there's something here tangible, whether it's a job offer or a date or whatever the thing is that this person bet that they would get, right? Like, I know I'm gonna get this thing. They didn't get that thing. Whatever that thing was, they didn't get it. And it's disappointing that they didn't get it, because they're pretty sure that they were going to get this thing. This is where the story turns a little bit, where it takes a turn. Because this story is telling that this person did not get the thing that they bet on, that they knew that they would get, right? So that's this story. And I had to get these are basic clarification, because these are the cards that came out first. And this story is telling me that somebody has decided to do a thing that wasn't a part of the original plan, because they knew they would get the thing. And so now they have to change gears. They have to rethink some things and strategize differently and come up with a different plan. Not come up with a plan, because before they thought they were going to get it, they didn't need a plan. Now they got to come up with a plan to get the thing that they want. And this is the kicker. Yeah, I hope this, if it's you, it's you. I'm not here to judge, but maybe it's somebody you know. They're going to use flirtation to get the thing that they want, which that wasn't originally a part of the plan. So regardless, I know when people hear that, the first thing that comes to their mind is women, and that's BS, because men use flirtation and sex to get what they want just as much as any woman would. Men do it more because they have less morals around those things than most women do. And so somebody's like, so this is an example. I know like the cliche example would be like a job, but it doesn't have to be that, because I'm not picking up specifically what it is. I'm just going to use that to kind of gear you towards where I'm going. Say this is a man who knew he was going to get a job offer. Maybe he works at a place, but there's a job that opened up that he wants, and he just knew he was going to get that job. I don't know. It doesn't look like a promotion or anything, just a different job in the same place that he works. He was gonna get the job. Like, why wouldn't I get the job? I've been here a long time. I don't have any, why wouldn't I get the job? Doesn't get the job offer. Doesn't get it. He goes, okay, cool. The person that's in charge, or my boss, or the person who's in charge of the job that I want, is a woman. I'm just gonna go make nice. I'm gonna go flirt. And so every day they walk past that person's office, they say hi. Maybe they have some donuts one day, and they're like, do you want a donut? You go in the office, you start making nice, you start flirting here and there. You say, oh, you look nice today. And so this is this person's plan, that they're going to flirt their way into getting this job. And I really feel like, honestly, that, it's not the most honest way to go about getting a job, but there is also something to be said when I first started the reading, and I talk about the intangibles that go into, I'm not condoning flirting to get a job, guys, that's not what I'm saying, but some people don't have like a clear breakdown or a line when it comes to, and that's why business and work can be so frustrating, because the lines often get very blurred between business and professional and personal. because you do have those business relationships that do require you to be likable and to socialize and to get along and to network but it's in a very professional context. And some people's brains just cannot handle the professionalism of having to be likable and social, and they always make it a little too personal. They always move into something that's a little nefarious, right? And that's when business relationships get messy. That's when HR gets involved. And this to me is screaming an HR case. Like, this to me is screaming people being brought into HR to discuss the nature of their relationship. Like, it's a case waiting on the table. Like, the file is there on HR's table. It's just waiting to be open. So that's what I'm picking up here. And will this person be successful? Let's see here. I don't think they're going to be successful. I think this is going to escalate, honestly, to somebody's feelings getting hurt. And that's going to be the nail in the coffin for this job that this person set out to get through flirtation or through friendlier means. When I told you, when those lines get black, unless you are willing, whether you're a man or a female, to follow through, some sort of, the follow through is not there. So just for instance, just take this man who decided to flirt with the female boss because the job that he wanted, he didn't get. This female boss is going to be real unhappy when she started catching feelings. And the Knight of Cups in the reverse, Ten of Cups in the reverse. Start catching feelings, start liking you because you are attractive, and you don't follow through. You never ask her out. It just becomes a work crush that you're kind of teasing this person with. And now they're upset and they're pissed. And they're your boss or they're higher up. And that's when the Tower is going to happen. Because you have to be willing, when you put yourself out there in that way, to get something that you want through sexual or flirtatious means. The problem with that is you have to follow through with it, because then you're just leading people on like a carrot on a string with a horse, leading the horse to the carrot with a string. And that could be problematic when people start catching feelings in the workplace and you have no intention of following through. So that's how I'm seeing that. All right, I'm going to pick some different cards here real quick. These are my jumbo cards. I only picked a couple of these because they're huge. Kind of see what messages come out. See what messages come out from these cards here. Oh, somebody here is not happy. Somebody here is not happy. Someone here is not happy with a casual relationship. So if it's you or the other person, or somebody here has a cavalier attitude towards sex. And so I'm just going to lay this out for you because you got a lot of major arcanas in this situation. If you are dating someone who is very casual in their dating style, or like if this is like dating someone and, pretty much in the first conversation, it always comes out whether both people are looking for something serious or casual, and this person tells you that they're not looking for anything serious, casual dating, but if something happens type of situation, the whole "we're not hiring but we're accepting applications," speech, and you decide to go ahead and date this person, and they don't ever change. They don't ever become more serious about relationships in general, getting into a relationship or a relationship with you. And I'm here to tell you that that's not going to change anytime soon with this person. A lot of major arcana. So I hate to be so absolute when it comes to things that people changing their minds could easily change. But back in the day when I used to do, I still do them, but like when I used to like really exclusively do love readings, the way I would read the Fool card, and it's pretty harsh, and I don't know if I'm being too harsh with it, but I'm just going to tell you the way I used to read it. Whenever I would read the Fool card for anybody, and in a love context, and a Fool card would come out, I would tell you to run if you're looking for a serious relationship, because relationships, as far as spirituality go, are an extension of your personal growth. And I know people don't like to hear that, because it's like, no, it's a fairy tale. It's a whole, like, people think like being in love is a whole other chapter of your journey that's its own separate, book in your series of life. And that's just not true. And that's why I think people get so hung up on romantic relationships working out, or working out with a specific person, or being told that something is predestined or destined, or a soulmate or a twin flame, or something is meant to be. But people get so hung up with the idea of that, because they think it's like love is a separate chapter in their life that's meant to be played out differently than the rest of the chapters in their book of life. And love is a amplifier, let's put it like that. It's a good way to, it's an amplifier of your journey in life. And that's why you meet different people and have different relationships, right? And different relationships serve different purposes. Sometimes they serve the same purposes if you can't learn the lesson the first time. And so when major arcana cards come out, which traditionally in tarot, major arcana represents life lessons, the journey of life spiritually. And then the major arcana come up in a love reading. Yes, it is something that is an important lesson on your journey of life. I personally don't like to see too many major arcana cards in a love reading, because there's something daunting to me about the idea that somebody is forced into your life. Like, you don't have a choice. Like, this was meant to happen. I like the idea of interacting with people to always be my choice. So yeah, I still haven't worked out how I feel about that. But usually when I get the major arcana in general, but specifically, and I always, and this kind of just reinforces my theory about major arcana in love readings and how love plays into our overall journey, spiritual journey in life. Because I always get the Fool card. And the Fool card, if you know anything about the Fool card, he's a baby in the journey of life. The Fool card is the baby. And I think because people know it's a major arcana, they think that it is it holds major weight because it's a major lesson, but it's not. People think it's like this is my soul. No, this is a lesson, and you have to be prepared to learn certain lessons in tarot and spirituality. And the lesson that the Fool card teaches you in love is not always a pleasant lesson. If you are looking for something serious, it's not a pleasant lesson, because the Fool card, I don't know what people think when they get the Fool. Well, like, what does Fool mean to you? What does that mean to you? I know you just like get to it. What I'm trying to say is that this person is a fool. They're foolhardy. They're folly. They don't take things seriously in general, but they don't take love seriously. And it's not you, it's them. So that's saying it's not you, it's me. It's literally the Fool card. There's nothing you can do to make this person change. Have you ever heard the saying that the only thing that could change a person's heart is like God is the only thing that can change a person's heart? Like, you can't change a person's heart, right? This is not a thing where let me be the best version of me. Let me love this person harder. Let me show up in the bedroom stronger. Let me be the prettiest thing that ever walked. Let me have the biggest boobs or the biggest BBL. Or this person spiritually in their soul is fool. They're a fool. That means if you look, the Fool is it's not even card 1, it's card 0. You don't even have a ranking yet in your journey of life. You're 0. You have learned nothing. The fool literally doesn't know anything. That's why he's going on his journey. He cannot bring someone with him on his journey. That's why he has a dog as a guide, because Spirit knows this person is so dumb that they're just going to continue to walk until they literally fall off a cliff. And so we're going to give the dog is like representative of a spirit guide that's like, okay, you need to go on this journey because you got a lot of shit you got to learn before you get to where you need to be. And we need you to get there. We need you to get to where you need to be. So you need to go on this journey. But we know that you're so dumb, and dumb in the sense of just not knowing anything, being naive, being a child. The same way a child has to grow and learn. As an adult, you're coming into the full card, so this is your adult journey, and you have to grow and you have to learn. So don't take dumb as a insult, dumb as a, you're literally dumb, you don't know these things. And so Spirit is like, you got a place you need to be. And so it's a good card in the sense of you're on your spiritual path, you're on your journey, you are going to grow. But the problem with spiritual journeys is people oftentimes in lifetimes get stuck at one part of their journey, and you're supposed to go through the whole journey. And the faster you get through the whole journey, the faster you get to the enlightened place, right? People get stuck because we're in 3D bodies and we don't have somebody talking to us to tell us physically, hey, you're on a journey, you're supposed to learn, you need to move on. So we just have to figure it out on our own. And Spirit knows that. And so they gave this person a little guard dog, and a little guard dog is a representative of your spirit guides, stopping you from falling off the cliff from stupidity. And this is the person you're trying to be in a relationship with. So not only did you get the Fool card, but you got the Magician right behind it. But then you got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. And the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse is the Hiccup. So this person goes through the Fool, they graduate to the Magician. So they do get out of the Fool energy. Unfortunately, after the Fool, you get the Magician, and the Magician has learned things. They have learned tools. They learn, if you're out, it's like that show, Survivor Man. You know, that show back in the day when they sent the person out into the woods with nothing, and they had to make do and survive out in the woods with just them and the cameraman. You went out into the world with nothing and you learned skills. Now you have the skills, right? You have all these skills. The problem with being at one, that now you have a rank in life, in the world. You have skills. You have something you know that you can teach, that you can offer. You have something. You have knowledge. The problem with the magician is the jack of all trades, master of none card. So again, it's about being a novice. Right before you are a beginner, knew nothing. Then now you're a novice. You have these skills that you can do, but you're not great at anything. So if anybody were to come into your life, they would quickly notice that, oh, this person on the surface knows a lot, but don't go too deep. Don't go too deep. This is like the idea of delving into, like, you get really interested in a specific subject, right? Like maybe you get really interested in like the fall of ancient Rome, and you delve into it, you delve into studying about the fall of ancient Rome, and you know enough to hold a conversation with somebody, you know enough to give facts about it, but don't get into a conversation with somebody who has a PhD in ancient civilization, because that's when all of your seeming knowledge breaks down. Not in a bad way, not in a malicious way, just in a way that you are a novice at learning the thing. And so that's what the magician is. That's where you're at. The problem that I'm seeing with this is that the Wheel of Fortune comes after. And so that means the spoke and the wheel. So you graduate very quickly from the Fool to the Magician, because the Fool and the Magician, you have to understand, are two of the most exciting cards of the spiritual journey, right? It's like being a kid. It's like being a teenager into your 20s, when you're partying, you're drinking, and you're learning all the things about yourself when you're in your 20s, because that's what the hell you're supposed to do in your 20s, learn about yourself. And it's the fun part. Then you get older and you get more responsibility, and most people get stuck at the Fool and Magician. They've learned a lot about themselves, and they learned so much about themselves, but they learned it in a space where they were still young and full-hearted, and learning was fun. Like, I blacked out last night. Now I know my limit alcohol wise. So now you're close to your 30s, and you know, now you got a bunch of responsibilities. You have a job and a career and maybe a family to take care of, and you have things to take care of that you didn't have in your 20s when you were blacking out and knew your limit. Now you know your limit, and you won't go there not because you just decide it's not fun to be blacked out drunk and wait and not know how you got home last night, where it was fun in your early 20s. Now you don't do it because you'll lose your job, or you know, you have to get up in the morning, or you have to, you know, be responsible for kids. Like, the reasons now that you don't do full-hearted things that you did when you were learning them when you were young isn't fun anymore. The reason is because of responsibility. And that's where people stop growing. You understand? People stop growing when the learning stops being fun. And most people stop at the magician. That's why you have so many willful idiots in the world. And that's why you have so many people whose simple subjects, where the knowledge of those subjects are like I said, maybe there's like the idea of going back to those flat earthers. And I'm going to be very insulting here when it comes to this. So if you're one of those people that watches this video and you're like, oh, she's being so insulting to flat earthers, I'm being insulting for the simple fact that there's so much knowledge that exists. We're not living in an age of we're not living in a non-technological or or a world where you don't have access to information. How you choose to, and this is the crazy thing about it, is most people don't access the information. Like, you have the information there, you don't access it. It'd be different if like it would be different to me if most people you got into conversations with or you heard speaking about subjects actually did the research about a thing, and maybe they didn't understand it, or they genuinely were curious to figure out where their lack of knowledge breaks down at. But most people don't do that. Most people, if they do seek the knowledge and they don't understand it, their ego tells them that the knowledge must be wrong. And so they have to rework the knowledge so that it makes sense to them. And that's where a lot of conspiracy theorist people, specifically, I'm picking on flat earthers right now, excuse me, but it extends just to knowledge in general, where if you don't understand the way something works, they go, that doesn't make sense to me, therefore there's a conspiracy to make me feel dumb, so I have to rework the entire theory so that it makes sense to me. And that is the way wrong way to approach any sort of knowledge about life, about world, about spirituality. So these people who are not spiritually evolved, because if you're spiritually evolved, you don't go into learning about anything first and foremost with your ego, because your ego doesn't want to learn. That's the hell the ego is. Ego doesn't want to learn. Ego wants to stay exactly where the hell it is, comfortable and arrogant. That's the ego. And so this is where most people trip up. And you have somebody here who has fallen into the same trap that almost everybody falls into. That is life. I am not punishing this person. I am not judging them. This is where most people fall into the trap. And the Wheel of Fortune is the black hole of the spiritual journey. As you see, it literally looks like a black hole. It's black and it's turning, and it's the abyss. And it came up in the reverse. And this person has stopped learning because the learning has stopped being fun. And so if you're speaking in terms of a relationship, yes, this person is not taking relationships seriously, because serious relationships are not fun to this person, and they want to remain in the fun zone. All right, so that is so this person is not looking to settle down or have a family. Just put it to you like that, and I don't think it's coming anytime soon, honey, because you got major occurrence. This is spiritual rework that needs to happen with this person. And who's gonna make this person do it if it's not them? All right, so I'm gonna give you a couple oracle cards. I'm gonna wrap up this reading because we're going on like an hour. going on an hour. Oh, shit. So these are just random messages. Take it how. So you have not at the right time. So it could be anything in your life that you are dealing with right now that, you know, you're wanting. Usually not at the right time cards up when you like really, really, really want a thing. Usually when you go to divination, you really, really want a thing. And Spirit is telling you it's not the right time. If you believe you have communicate clearly, right? So that's in everyday life. There's something here. Or even if your prayers or your manifestations and things like that, is like be very clear when you're speaking them out loud, what you're speaking. So be very knowledgeable of what it is you're speaking and be clear about it. It says don't worry about it and look for a sign. So I interpret that as saying that the thing that you want is coming into your life. You just have to be patient. And that's the one thing that people lack, right? Is patience when they want something. And the answer, yes. Spirit is saying yes. You're getting the thing. I hope you saw that spill out. Like literally, as I was telling you, you have to be patient. You're going to get it. Yes, you're going to get it. You just have to be patient. Just follow those oracles. Just know that you're going to get it. You just have to be patient. And I don't know what to tell people. It's like, would you rather not get it at all? Or would you rather get it a little bit outside of your comfort zone of when you wanted it? So Spirit is saying, yes, you're going to get it. You just have to wait a little bit. That's all. So let's get some more oracles real quick. Trying to see, I kind of want to start off with these because there's so many of them. Start off with these and see what's going on. These are geared towards your love life. These are geared. So the first message that came out, I'm gonna give you a couple different messages and not one whole long drawn out story. So you have a friend that you're interested in, and I'm specifically picking up like a gay lesbian relationship, but I'm specifically picking up on that. So if this relates to you, this is specifically for you, but it could be any relationship, heterosexual, you know, trans, gay, any relationship. But specifically, one of the reasons that will cause some hesitation with moving this friendship into a romantic space would be because it is same sex, but also just being friends in general can cause complications in moving a relationship from the friend stage to something more. So there's a friendship here. I don't know if both people are attracted to each other. It's like an unspoken sort of attraction, or just one person, but there's something here where you have one person is like, you have to make the first move because there is a friendship on the line here on the table. So one person is clearly thinking about it, like it is there. I don't know if the other person in the situation is as aware of it, of the attraction, or open to it as the other person, and maybe that's why they're waiting for the other person to make the first move, because they're not as sure that the other person is on the same page with taking the relationship into the next level. So you have to take this as where you are. Are you the friend that's like, yeah, I'm ready for this, but they have to make the first move? Or are you the friend who's like oblivious a little bit, or acting a little oblivious to the fact that this friendship could move to the next stage? So there's something here about being in between the lines, or whether to take a friendship to the next stage and you or the other person is like, yeah, but that person has to make the first move because it won't be me. So that's that. What's going on with someone's home? Something's going on with someone's home. Oh, there's a breakup on the horizon. There is a breakup. So somebody, So there is a third party here, and the third party is someone's ex who has come back into the picture and is causing issues or problems in your current relationship. Damn. Somebody here is thinking about their ex heavily. Somebody is thinking about their ex real bad. Somebody is in a relationship right now, and I mean living with somebody in a committed relationship, and they are going to break up with the person they are with because their ex is in the picture still, and they want to be back with their ex. This person is currently, I don't know, because the crossroad card came up in reverse. I don't normally read crossroads in reverse, but the cards, I don't normally read oracle cards in the reverse, but the cards that came up after I pulled the crossroads cards is literally very decisive. Very decisive. Like, it wasn't any hesitation in those cards at all. Like, no, this is going to happen. I am breaking up with the person that I'm with in order to get back with my ex. So that's somebody's story there. Somebody is breaking up with the person that they're with to go back to their ex. This is a new love. So somebody here will be experiencing a new romantic connection, and for some reason there are, like, yeah, and then the new love card came out. So specifically, if you experience the breakup, then you will be finding someone new. Yeah, breakup card wanted to show itself. So this is third party. Okay, so the person that's experiencing you have to understand this person is not for you. This relationship was toxic. That's why. So this is what you have to understand. People like to blame third parties for the destruction of their relationships. When your relationship isn't solid, and I'm not blaming anybody, but when your relationship isn't solid, someone could easily pick that relationship off. You understand? And you could be mad at the third party, or you can be glad that that third party exposed all of the foundational flaws in the relationship that you are in, because the relationship you are in is toxic. This person is not for you. You're fighting it, which is the breakup that is about to occur. And this third party love triangle just did you a favor, baby, because you have someone new. There's a magnetic attraction, and there are signs and synchronicities for this person, which means this person is meant to come into your life. And that shit would not happen if you were still in this very toxic relationship with the person that you are currently with. So be grateful, even though it stings our ego when somebody comes and picks off our relationship. But be grateful that something came to pick off that relationship, because you are fighting tooth and nail to stay in that toxic shit, and it is not for you. All right, I'm gonna give you a couple of these cards, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. A couple of these cards and one or two oracles. Oh, you know what, that card did come out either. Somebody here is just very unhappy, and they need someone to talk to. Someone here is very unhappy in their current romantic situation, and they just want somebody to talk to. They want somebody to talk to. They want somebody to talk to. Somebody here is very unhappy in their current romantic situation, and they need a friend to confide in. So I would tell you to go seek out somebody that you can trust and talk to them, because it seems like there are some issues with the person that you're currently seeing that it's just really heavily on your mind. It's affecting everything that you do in your life. You're like you're really disconnected with life right now because this is on your mind heavy. So yeah, so just find somebody that you trust and kind of mull it over with them, so you can kind of work out some things. And it's like you need someone to like bounce your thoughts off of in order to kind of like retune yourself and get back into the groove of things. All right, let's get some oracle cards and call it a day. Somebody here is hoping for a reunion. So this is a reunion. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be loved ones. This could be that person that's just really heavily on their mind about a specific person that they can't get off their mind. They're really, really hoping for a reunion. Now, will you have a yeah, this is a reunion in love. You might have a reunion in love, but because the hope card came out there, to me, it's just more saying that there's just hope for what's the outcome for this situation. And there will be. Like, I literally, so funny. It was hope for a romantic reunion, and I was like, yeah, that's hope for it, but will it happen? And literally the renewal card came out. So yes, there will be a rekindling. If you're wondering about a old flame coming back into your life, which the last couple of stories have been telling me about getting back with an ex. So regardless if it's your specific story, like maybe you're single right now, maybe you're not in a relationship with anyone right now, but you are thinking about an ex, that ex that you're really pining over, there will be a rekindling of that relationship in the near future. All right, guys, so those are all the messages that I have for you. It's been about an hour. Hopefully something resonated with you. Hopefully you liked the video. Share positive feedback, comments, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.